Okay, last lesson of the unit. The table's set up. Okay, you ride your bike to a store. The trip there is 4 miles. With no wind, you can ride at a speed of 10 miles per hour, but there is wind. The trip there and back takes 1 hour. What's the speed of the wind? Okay, so distance, that's just your miles, not miles per hour. That's speed. Okay. Alright, so the distance, it's 4 miles one way, be 4 miles back, okay, one way and back, and then you add those and it's 8. Easy enough, okay. Now you're not going to use this, okay, just dash that out. Speed, that's miles per hour, and it's 10. But you see, one way I'm going with the wind, one way I'm going against the wind. We don't know the speed of the wind, okay. So, why don't you just use X for speed, okay? S looks too much like a 5, okay? But you're going to plus X this way and minus X the other way. Or you can do it minus X plus X. It doesn't really matter, okay? But it's not X plus 10 and X minus 10. The 10 has to come first or it's wrong. Okay, so now the 10's been factored in. Okay, the time. Well, you know the time total is 1 hour. Now, we don't know the one way and the other way, but what you use is your distance divided by your rate, okay? So the distance is 4, just put 10 plus x over it, and then 4, and then 10 minus x. Now this is the equation, okay? You write plus and then equals, underline that. That's empty denominator, nothing. Okay, now obviously you can't do the ABC, you have to use your common denominator method, so you're going to extend the lines. Now hold on here, I'm going to introduce you to something on your laptop. Okay, so the tops don't get parenthesized, and even if they do, I don't factor them. Okay, bottoms, you have a plus and a minus. Now, can you factor 10 plus x? I mean, no, the GCF would be 1, and it's not a DOPS, so really that's just going to stay the same. Same thing here, 10 minus x, GCF is 1. It's not a DOPS. The x doesn't even have a power, okay, so that just stays the same. Okay, now you're ready for your common denominator. You got 10 plus x and 10 minus x, and that's it, both parentheses. So 10 plus x, you're at 1, 0, 0. So we need to raise the second 2 up so they have 1. 10 plus x, then 10 plus x, 10 plus x. Okay, 10 minus x, 0, 1, 0. Okay, so you need to raise everything up so it's 1. Now, I'm going to do a very kind thing for you. You're still going to make your parenthesis equals, and then the bottoms can cross out. Put a plus sign there. I want you to go to Google, and I want you to Google this. Go to Math, Papa, P-A-P-A, Algebra Calculator. Punch it in. It should come up on a suggestion, okay, right away. Okay, so I want you to take 4 and then 10 minus x, because I need this to be precise. I can't have any minor errors. So I got negative 4x plus 40. Okay, and then 4 for the second fraction, 4, and then 10 plus x, 4x plus 40. Now what I really want to use this for is this one so people don't mess it up. So you got your 1, okay? And you put parentheses. You got to get parentheses. 10 plus x, and then 10 minus x. Minus is this key. The plus you have to shift and then go to that, okay? Okay, I got negative x is second plus 100. You need to put a 1 in front of the x is second. Okay, so this side is just negative 1x second plus 100. Over here you got x and constant. Negative 4, positive 4 is 0, so take that out. 40 plus 40 is 80. Okay, so you have x, two answers, but it's x second only, so you use linear properties followed by the square root. Okay, so x is over here, so you get rid of the number that's added. Remember, you're minusing that, so that's negative 20, and then negative 1x to the second. Then you divide each side by negative 1. 20 equals x second, and then you find the square root of the number 20. Could be positive or negative. So 2 second caret, or you can just go 2 second caret, and then 20. Okay, 4.47. So we could have the positive or the negative. Obviously the positive is the one you're going to write over there. 44.47 miles per hour. Okay, we're going to do two more just like it. Plane flies 1,850 miles from San Francisco to LA. It takes 7.75 hours to fly there and back. The airplane flies at a rate of 480 miles per hour if there is no wind. Now there is wind. However, there is a wind that's blowing. Find the speed of the wind. So distance is just your miles. So it's 1,850 one way. It's 1,850 the other way. You can add those. Even though I don't really end up doing anything with that, I'll add them just so we fill it in. 3,700 miles total. Okay, then the speed, the per. Okay, so 480 miles if there's no wind. So you put 480 and 480, but there is wind. So obviously when you're going with the wind, you increase your speed by that amount that we don't know, and then against the wind I decrease it by that amount. It can't be x plus 480, and well that could be, but it can't be x minus 480. Subtraction's not commutative. You can't just write a subtraction in whatever order you want. It has to be like that. Okay, the 7.75 hours says there and back, so that's your total. And then we express these using our distance divided by our rate. So it'd be 1,850 over 480 plus x plus then 1,850 over 480 minus x. Okay, you don't have any, underline that, you're not going to insert any parentheses on top. That's all one single term. On bottom you need this and this. Now, I know I said try to factor the bottoms, but you wouldn't be able to. The GCF would be 1, and the DOPS, it wouldn't be a DOPS. Okay, so you got to use your common denominator method. So the tops you just drop, no parentheses if it's just one single term without a plus or minus. These need to go in their parentheses, but they cannot be factored. Okay, because the GCF, it'd be one of those two-term problems where the GCF's 1 and the DOPS, it's not a DOPS. So common denominator, you have 480 plus x. Can't be a DOPS if your x isn't to the an even power. Okay, and then 480 minus x. So I got 1, 0, 0. So everything needs 1. Okay, and then 480 minus x, 0, 1, 0. So I got the 1 in the middle. I need to adjust by that. Okay, so with the equals, now the denominators can be crossed out. Because if I have to solve the equation now, I'm just focused on the top. So I go in here. For the first fraction plus the top of the second fraction equals the top of the fraction over here. Okay, so I take 1,850. I go 480 minus x. Okay, I got negative 8. Yeah, I'll write that in. Okay, just copy it. Negative 1850x plus 888000. Then over here, in the second fraction, got 1850 again, times 480 plus x. Okay, so positive 1850x plus 888000. Okay, now plug in the other side. The other side's what you mainly want your math pop-up for, okay? Because we can't be making any little mistakes using a calculator. Ensures that that doesn't happen. Remember, plus is shift here. And then 480 minus x. Negative 7.75x a second plus 1,785,600. Just write it in what you get. Okay, so that's what we're going to keep on this side. 7.75, sorry. Plus 1785600. Then over here you got x and the constant. You should know right away that your x's cancel. You have a negative and positive of the exact same term. Okay. Then I'm just going to add these on my calculator. I come up with that. Okay. 1776000. Okay, now we have x to the second, but it's x to the second. There's no x in the equation, so you're just using x second only, and you're using linear properties followed up with a square root. So the x is on this side with the times over there. Take out your plus. So over here I've got negative 7.75x second, 1776000, okay, minus 1785600, negative 9,600. Then you divide. We'll have x second, so negative 9,600 divided by negative 7.75, I got 1,238.71, just put 1,239, close enough. Okay, then you apply a square root. Now remember, even roots can be the positive or the negative. So 2 second caret, 1239, 35.20, okay? I don't even care if you just put 35. The positive is the one you want to put as your legitimate answer. Okay, last one. A boat travels to a place that's 240 miles away. The trip there and back took 8 hours. The boat can travel 40 miles per hour in still water. Find the speed of the current. The speed of the current's like finding the wind speed. Okay. Okay, so distance is just your miles. So one way is 240. Back the other way is 240. Then you add those and it's 480. Easy enough. Speed, that's your miles per hour. So it's 40 miles per hour if there's no wind and there's no current, okay? But there is wind, so you add it when you're going with the current, and then it lessens your speed when you go against the current. Okay, times 8 hours, so it took a total of 8 hours. So you express this as distance divided by speed. Distance divided by rate, excuse me, dirt. So I take 240 over 40 plus x. Then 240 over 240 minus x. You put a plus sign, sorry, this over this. And you're using the common denominator method. Unfortunately, I got this to speed it along, okay? Now you got to know where to put parentheses. No, 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 yes, yes. So the tops I just drop. Even if they have parentheses, the tops don't need to be factored, okay? All right, then on bottom, we have parentheses. Those, you can do GCF dops all day, but all you're going to get is 1 on the GCF because it'd be 40 and 1, okay? They both don't have X, okay? And it's not a dops, okay? The X's aren't to a power. So 40 plus X, then 40 minus X. Okay, so the common denominator, so you really don't have to do any factoring on this. You really don't. Okay, so the common denominator, you have 40 plus X, and then 40 minus X. Okay, 40 plus X, 100. So we need to raise that up by 40 plus X here. Then 40 plus X, 40 plus X. Okay. 40 minus X, 0, 1, 0. Okay. Okay, cancel the bottoms once they're all the same. Okay. So put in the parentheses like you normally do. We're just going to get the products a little bit quicker. So 240, 40 minus X, it's going to be negative 240X plus 9,600. Okay, then over here you take your 240, and then you're going to multiply that by 40 plus X. 240X plus 9,600. Okay, now plug that in. 8. Then 40 plus X. Then 40 minus X. Negative 8X is second power plus 12,800. Okay, so you're going to have negative 8X second plus 1200 here. So you got X and the constant. Obviously the X is cancel, and that's good. Okay, then I'll have X squared. I don't need to move everything to one side. 9,600 plus 9,600, 19,200. Okay, so you got two answers for X, but it's X to the second only. There's not any other degree of X in there, so that's when you apply the linear properties followed by the radical. Okay, so you got times and plus, so you circle times, you minus 1,200. So negative 8 times X to the second. 18,000. Oh, sorry, I put the wrong thing in there. This was 12,800. Okay. 12,800. So you're minusing 12,800. So 19,200 minus 12,800 is 6,400. Sorry about that, I wrote down the wrong thing. Okay. Let's see, I just put 1,200 is 12,800, going too fast. Okay, then you divide by your negative 8. So 6,400 divided by negative 8, you get negative 800. Got bad news for you. Can't square root a negative. No, you don't bring the I out when you do this. You just write invalid problem. If you just write that on the assignment, it's wrong. It's not invalid on the assignment. Okay.